Welcome to
Dropbear and Panda
Save the World,
episode
56. 56. Trying to think of something that has to do with 56, but I can't think of anything.
I really got nothing.
Well, we're doing this every second week. How do you feel about that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think you got to leave them wanting more. Is what I'm feeling.
Yeah. Every week was a lot of fun, but it's hard work, and we don't have time.
No, because, and that's a great segue. We've got a lot of projects on the go.
Holy crapperoni, we sure do.
Yeah. Now, what you might not know, fair listeners, is we put in a Story Hive grant.
Story Hive grant.
Yeah.
Application.
Well,
pitch
thing. That we came up with this really funny idea actually quite a while ago, almost a year ago. And then we wrote like a short for it that was like 10 minutes long. And then that evolved.
It did.
Yeah, it evolved into an actual 6-episode web series. I don't know how we got there, but it's actually really cool.
We had some amazing help, actually. That's how we got there.
Yeah, a ton of help, and we certainly can't list them all here because it's a huge list.
Yes.
But yeah, so we got a great team. We got a great team of writers.
Yes.
And prop masters and costumers and actors and
puppeteers.
Yes,
I know.
There's puppets.
So we put in that pitch 10 days ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say a week and a half ago.
Ish.
Yep. And it got accepted. Not that we got it, but it got accepted. So we're now in the official runnings.
Which means we didn't screw it up.
Right. And there's a lot of stuff you have to do. Like the pitch document itself, like, good God, that took forever to fill in.
And understandably so. I mean, they want to make sure that you're just not Joe Blow off the street being like, I'm going to make a couple videos and do some stuff, and I know what I'm doing. Story Hive is done with it's Telestory Hive, basically.
Yeah, and you get to be seen on TELUS Optic is their platform. Yeah,
and it's a great way to get Canadian content out there. And we won the 2017 one of the grants for the 2017 music video edition.
Yeah. With
the High Strung Downers for
Lonely Mind.
Yeah, Lonely Mind. And it was a great opportunity, a great experience as well. And they even had meetings to help people out who have never done music videos
Some
before.
mentorship. And,
exactly. It is a great system. And when the web series popped up again and we actually, kind of had some ducks in a row, we definitely wanted to jump at the chance. So
yeah. So we're excited because the whole project looks really good, feels really good. It's got a great arc. And
just like Dropbear and Panda, we have some social commentary that goes with this. It's not just some willy-nilly little project that has zombie puppets.
Is that giving it away?
No, because it's on our poster. We have a great poster. True. We have it on our Facebook title page.
Yeah.
What is that thing called?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah. So it's got some stuff.
Yeah, there's some legs to it. So we're super excited. And we'll find out maybe in 6 weeks or 8 weeks or something like that. Yeah,
I'm not really sure. I know that they start doling out some more information before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. We're very excited.
Yeah, so wish us luck.
Good luck, Dropbear.
Good luck, Panda.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Besides the Story Hive super duper extravaganza fun time.
Oh yeah, you got a thing that you can now talk about.
I talked to my mother about this today, and she wonders how insane I am because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you just got offered a role.
I did. Well, I accepted it actually. I am now able to talk about it. Yeah. I have been cast as Margaret. In William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh, really?
That is being put up by DIY Theatre.
Oh, yes. In the Commons, is it?
Yes, it's going to be at Motel Theatre.
Oh, very nice.
Arts Commons.
That's in the proper theatre.
Well, I always do my theatre in proper theatre. Screw you. It's going up November 28th to December 8th, 2019, which is rather scary because our rehearsal time is going to be very short.
Yeah.
And
what do you get, like a month?
So we the script has been adapted, and it's going to be directed by Caleb Gordon, who is a very, very good and talented Shakespeare actor here in Calgary.
Nice.
And I am so stupidly excited. It's ridiculous.
Well, you have been walking around the Dropbear and Panda studio speaking Shakespearean all day.
I have been. And it's funny because, I mean, as someone who's written a play before, and I'm not a playwright really by any stretch of the imagination, like Shakespeare or somebody who's written
Prolific.
many plays. Yes, I'm not prolific. I understand when you write a script for Story Hive grants and stuff like that, you want to make sure that people speak the script the way you wrote it.
Right.
But when you're up on stage, you're like, well, if I get 99% right, I get the gist of it. It's fine. But with Shakespeare, like, it's definitely has to be the way it's written.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I am so excited to be in this. But I'm like, this has to be like definitely word for word.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have a lot of time because not only do I have work, I have a day job to do.
Yeah.
I have a very short period of time to do this. And some of the cast, I believe, acting is their bread and butter. So they don't have a day job. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm going to nail it. But
it's going to be a fun ride.
It's going to be a fun ride. So you might have to deal with a panicky panda because I'm also working Haunted Calgary.
How cool is that? We ordered some contact lenses.
Yep.
And you're getting some for your gig?
Yes, from Primal Contact Lenses.
Yeah, and that looks, they are super cool. I can't wait to see you in them.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
So Haunted Calgary is up close to Balzac at... Balzac.
That's a place.
That is a place.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't live in Alberta or Canada.
Is Balzac now part of the greater Calgary area, I wonder? I don't think so. I think it's his own little hamlet.
I have no idea. I've never actually been to Balzac.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because that's where Balzac Billy is from, right? Isn't that like the groundhog that sees his shadow every year?
I have no idea.
We have to do that next year. We're going for Groundhog Day. We're going to Balzac.
Oh, hot dang. Yeah. So this is at New Horizons Mall, Haunted Calgary. It is going to be amazing. Yeah. They've got 3 haunted attractions.
Yep.
So like, I think it's like the sewers and a haunted hotel.
Oh, they got a glow stick night?
They've got a glow stick night where your group only gets 1 glow stick for the entire thing. There's Hell Night as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a zombie apocalypse one, right?
You get dropped in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Very, very limited people. It's gonna be amazing. And I have to admit, I am too scared to do this if I wasn't working it.
Wow.
I could not do it. I'm a jumper.
Yeah.
So
or a hider.
I've
both. Seen you do both. Yeah.
We did Horror Escape in Victoria.
Yeah.
It's an escape room, but it's based on horror stuff. So the first time we went in there, it was based on Saw.
Yeah.
The third room you went into, because they had different rooms. You have to go from one room to the other. It looked like that toilet room from Saw.
Yeah, with the chains and...
The first Saw movie. Yeah, it was awful. And then Michael, Dropbear of Wonder, he spent the extra $20, people.
Yep, to get a clown with a chainsaw. Because that's how I roll.
To come in once in a while and scare the shit out of us.
Did it ever. And that's as much as we'll say about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I almost peed myself.
It was good,
and it's amazing. You know that this clown will not actually murder you.
Yeah.
Like, you really know that. But you don't.
Yeah. There's something primal about clowns and chainsaws, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so when does that start for you?
We have a meeting on the 5th.
Yeah.
And then it starts on October 11th, which I believe is the Friday.
We are going to be ships in the night for October, I believe.
And why is that,
Well,
monsieur?
because I start rehearsals for Puss in Boots that I'm co-directing with Mr. Ellis Lalonde.
What?
Yeah, under the guidance of artistic director Dennis Cahill at the Loose Moose Theatre Company.
What?
Yeah, Puss in Boots. So we start rehearsals on the 2nd, and the show goes up November 2nd, so we have a month as well to basically create a show that's never been done before with absolutely no script. So
you start rehearsals like in just like 3 days kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. And then we've got a month-long run of that at Loose Moose Theater. And that's going to be fun. And again, it's one that has never been done before, so there's no ground. Like, we have got no idea, except Alice has got a plan. And we've got no scripts because the actors make it up. Not on the spot, like not during the show, but they make it up during the rehearsal process.
Kids would eat you alive if you did.
I don't know. Anyway, so it should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Does this mean that neither of us are going to be here for Halloween?
No, I'm in rehearsal on the 31st. That's our last night before.
Uh-oh. Is our house going to be covered in eggs?
Well, no, because maybe Kieran will be here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. He can save our house from the egging.
Yeah.
The Halloween egging.
Yeah. Guess what time it is?
Time for
the news.
DBP News right now.
So what's going on in the news? You got a horrible text the other day.
I did, followed up by an email, and it was from one of my favorite services of all time, Car2Go.
Okay, Google, what is Car2Go?
According to Wikipedia, Car2Go is a German car rental company. It is a subsidiary of Daimler AG providing car-sharing services in urban areas in Europe and North America.
Yeah, so I've been using Car2Go as my main source of four-wheeled transportation for the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. Actually, ever since coming back up to Calgary. And they've canceled. They're pulling out.
Which is weird because I heard, and I can't remember when this was, that Calgary was one of the biggest users of Car2Go in North America.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Beep, 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 yeah. And I want to say Austin, they pulled out of Austin too, and a couple other places.
Did they say why?
Well, they said that there was some hurdles with the city. So that could be the parking mafia. I'm not sure. And they also said the downturn in the economy has created some challenges for them. That
I understand.
And that there's a lot of offerings in the rideshare world right now. So like Lime might have done it in for them, because you could Lime around, Calgary for cheaper than a Car2Go.
Yeah, but Lime right now, like the scooters anyway, is still in a testing phase.
Yeah.
And I don't think the city of Calgary is too thrilled with the Limes because people aren't being very careful and they're winding up in the emergency room with head injuries and broken ankles and stuff.
And it's not really going to work so well in the snow. But anyway, I'm pretty upset because it was I really enjoyed the rideshare economy. I think basically not owning a car I thought was great, because why would I live in inner city?
Yeah, no.
So I liked it.
Ride sharing is a friggin' great idea. The parking, well, and we used it too. We would if we were going for dinner or something downtown, because you brought up the parking, we would take a car to go downtown, park it basically wherever we wanted, except for places where you clearly could not park. And then take a cab home or walk home. It was great.
Yeah.
But Car2Go, they paid monthly for parking, did they not?
I would think so. I thought they paid like a blanket amount or whatever. But anyways, long story short is that it's no longer a thing in Calgary as of October 31st. That's when it's over. Mm-hmm. And that's really too bad. So I don't know whether something will come in to fill the gap, or I'll just end up really getting into Uber or...
yeah, but that would be stupid expensive, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so it's too bad. And speaking of other companies that are hitting the highway out of Calgary, well, maybe not out of Calgary, but out of Kensington, is Starbucks.
Dr. Evil, several years ago we invested in a small Seattle-based coffee company. Today, Starbucks offers premium quality coffee at affordable prices.
Which also really surprised me.
Yeah. So Starbucks on the corner of, I guess it would be 10A and Kensington Road.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's always been there.
Yep.
Right by the Kensington pub there. They're closing down, I think, in like, like the 7th or maybe the 8th. 8th of October. It's gone. Done.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
They're out.
Of all the places to shut down in Kensington, and Kensington's not doing great right now.
Yeah, it's getting obliterated. Bernard Calabo shut down as well.
Yeah, Bernard Calabo's gone.
But they're saying that the rent was horrendous down there. Like that's the main driving factor is the rent prices.
Which is why I'm so confused, because of any, and I'm not a business owner, so I could be talking out of my, of any of the companies that would go under or pull out of Kensington, I would think it would be another mom and pop place.
Right.
Like like one of the diners, or a coffee shop that's been there for a long time that isn't a chain, or the Tim Hortons that is virtually empty all the time. Yeah. Not the Starbucks, because I never see that Starbucks empty.
No.
So if the rent is so exorbitant, I mean, that building's a really nice building. I can understand if that building, maybe the rent is more expensive than, something down the street.
Yeah, but you've got like Higher Ground is right there too. And Higher Ground is always packed.
Oh, it's always packed.
And the Roastery is down the way. And then there's that little French cafe.
I know. I mean, Kensington has like a billion coffee places, which is one of the reasons why we, on one of our other podcasts, we were like, why Tim Hortons? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I really think the only time I ever see anyone in Tim Hortons is either someone's really just getting a donut. Because honestly, like, who doesn't
need a cruller every once in a while?
I like Timbits. And some of their breakfast sandwiches I really actually quite enjoy, but they're cheap, you know? So if you've got a panhandler on the corner and they make $2, go in for a coffee and a donut, and that's your lunch, right? Like, I get it, but I don't know how they survive.
Yeah, no,
Starbucks, you'd think, would be able to survive over that.
And that Vietnamese place closed down underneath the hexagon.
That's one of those places that change over every 2 years.
Yeah, but it was that Vietnamese place had been there for 10 years. I want to say it's there for a while. Molly Malone's, apparently there's somebody else moving in there. Anyway, so that Kensington is in thrust right now. It's like things going and coming and.
Going and still
320
going.
Burger closed down.
Yeah, it's like car to going, and
there's like that building that they haven't dealt with that's been condemned and almost fell over. So Kensington is in a bit of a mess right now.
Yeah, it's too bad because they built it up, so it sort of went in disarray for a while.
Yeah.
And then I want to say 5 years ago they built it up to they sort of rebuilt a whole bunch of stuff to make it very, very vibrant, and then. Maybe it was all the taxes.
Jugo juice is gone. On the corner of the
and then
there.
it just started to implode on itself again.
Yeah, there's that guy that owns a shoe store that's only there on Tuesdays.
He's still going though,
right? Same with Peppino's, which is home of the best Italian food and subs that you can buy.
Peppino's surprises me as well because half the time I walk by, they're closed, and you're like, but it's 2:00.
Yeah.
Why are they?
Yeah. Yeah, but when they're open, if you can get one of those sandwiches, damn.
Oh, Peppino's is amazing.
Yeah, some of the best shawarma that you're ever going to find is on our walks in Kensington.
Kensington's great if you can stay open.
Yeah.
Right?
Kensington Wine Market. Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on. Other stuff in news, which is way more important.
Politics.
Is still a mess.
Moving on. How would you feel if you adopted someone, a small child, and found out it was actually a homicidal dwarf?
Ripped off.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, okay, so I saw...
And my axe.
It's the best I could do. So originally, I saw this story a few days ago.
Why didn't we lead with that?
I don't know. Family charged for abandoning adopted Ukrainian child who turned out to be a crazed adult dwarf.
Oh my God.
So that came out on the 24th of September.
I saw that in the news, but I thought it was just horrible people that took off. They didn't want to have their kid anymore.
Well, it sounded like some sort of clickbaity something or other, right? You know, and really, crazy bat child came out of Area 51, and you're like, I'm not clicking on that. That's bullshit. But it's been in the news for days, and it hit the CBC.
I'm crying.
It hit the CBC on the 28th of September.
So I saw that, and it looked like the parents were assholes.
Yeah, so it's interesting because if it's in the news for a couple days, you go from, you know what we should do is we should post all 3 of these articles that I sent you, because the more you read, it changes, right?
Homicidal dwarf. Jesus.
A family who made a high-profile move to Waterloo, Ontario in 2013 is now at the center of an unusual court case in Indiana. Turns out they are accused of abandoning their adopted daughter when they moved north of the border. They moved there so that they could attend an institute for theoretical physics for their 15-year-old son, but they left their adopted child behind. They legally changed this woman's or child's age.
Okay.
So
How do you do that?
they claim that she is actually somebody suffering from dwarfism and she was never a child to begin with.
Oh my God.
And they're claiming that she actually tried to kill them and poison them and hoarded knives in the house.
Jesus Christ. My God.
Michael Barnett admitted he believed the girl was a minor child in July of 2013 when they had her in the apartment in Lafayette. But they thought she was an 8-year-old child, but the skeletal survey said that she was 11, and they legally changed her age in 2012 from 8-year-olds to 22 or something. Like, it's
Oh my God.
it's freaking weird.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll put links to that, and you guys can follow that story and see about the homicidal dwarf that got left in Lafayette.
The girl was actually an adult who was scamming them and even tried to kill them.
Oh my God.
So they
terrifying.
claim that she was a scam artist who made a career of fooling people and thinking she was a young girl. And they were actually fleeing the situation.
Oh my God.
But then another article says that they went so their child could do this. It's insane.
Wow.
Like, it is crazy.
Wow.
So that's your weird news.
Huh. That is weird news. DBP weird news.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What about Greta? What's she up to? She's doing some stuff.
Well, speaking of... Nope, can't do that. I was like, speaking of children...
No.
Wouldn't say she's a child.
No.
She's a 16-year-old. She's a youth.
She's a Ute.
She's a Ute.
And she had sailed across the ocean
Yes.
to go to Montreal.
She sure did. Well, not just Montreal.
Specifically, but I mean, she ended up there, and she was hanging out with our prime minister,
yes.
who's certainly having his fair share of challenges.
She gave him a scolding.
Did she?
Apparently, she was like, "You're not doing enough."
Atta girl. I mean, atta lady. Was that weird? Atta woman. Way to go. Way to go.
Way to go, Greta. September 27th, hundreds of thousands of people in Montreal marched against climate change.
Hundreds of thousands? Hundreds? What?
Yeah, or tens of thousands. Somebody said hundreds of...
News.
I did see something funny where it was a meme where it was like the picture of the march in Montreal versus the picture of Donald Trump's inauguration.
I bet you more people show up for his impeachment than his inauguration.
Is that a thing? Do you have like impeachment parties? I don't know.
I can imagine that our neighbors down south would be having an impeachment party if there's ever a country to have one.
You have peach schnapps.
Yeah.
Maybe some like peach bellinis.
Fuzzy Navels.
Fuzzy Navels. Oh my God, we should
With
totally
an Orange
do
Wedge.
that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we should do that. Let's come back to that. Right. Tens of thousands take part to the streets of Montreal and demand action to protect the planet.
Yeah.
And that happened to be in Montreal, which is where she was. I wonder if people would have that many people would have shown up if Greta wasn't there.
I don't know.
But I think
we had a bunch of people here that were doing stuff outside of City Hall.
People. A few hundred people walked out from University of Calgary. Yeah. Of course, Scheer didn't. Jason Kenney didn't.
Walk out of...
Well, they didn't partake in any climate change, whatever.
Yeah.
Here's my stance on this.
Okay.
Not that anyone probably cares, and whether you agree with me or not is...
I don't know. We haven't talked about this. Could be a surprise. Are you actually a dwarf?
I hope the world burns. No. Even if, climate change isn't as big of a thing that we think it is, who cares if we were wrong or not? You know what? plant more trees. Recycle more, like let's get away from stuff that can hurt the planet, Like
I'm with you. I'm
come on, guys.
Yeah.
Don't yell at a 16-year-old for trying to save the world. Like, don't. Like, come on, people.
Talk about shit that you should not do.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway,
Honestly.
yeah. Let's stay positive here. So, way to go, Greta. I think you are the bee's knees.
I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, like there's nothing wrong with marching against pollution
Right.
and trying to save the
We
planet.
can do better.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the economy's important, but
Yeah.
we've only got one planet.
That's right. There's no planet B, as they say. Can you imagine like a planet full of bees? Bee planet? Like I was thinking about Jack and the Beanstalk, because that's the current show at Loose Moose Theater. And what happens if Jack had some magic bees instead of beans? And he had bees in his pockets.
Imagine how good the honey would be.
Honey, everything is honey, everywhere I see.
Now it's time for Dropbear and Panda's Reviews.
So, upon a recommendation from an astute listener,
We watched a movie on Netflix.
that's right, and it had just come out.
Flicks of Net.
Yep, and it was Zach Galifianakis's Between Two Ferns.
Now, we have watched all the other episodes.
We kind of binged it. I mean, I'd seen it before, but I never watched all of them.
Yeah.
But we went top to bottom,
Yeah, Funny or Die.
snout to tail,
What did you... So,
beginning to end.
and I was wondering how the heck they were going to make a movie
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
So, what is the premise exactly?
Well, it's like it's kind of like a mockumentary of Zach Galifianakis's journey to be his show.
Yeah, so...
Because about him talking about his show.
Yeah, so his show is he interviews movie stars.
Right.
And basically movie stars, yeah.
I would say insults, like mostly just gets all his facts wrong.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he interviews them.
Yeah.
And these are 2 to 5 minute interviews. They sit between two ferns.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward. It's weird. It looks like it's real. The actors play themselves.
Yeah.
And they end up insulting each other, and he gets facts wrong, and it's
Sometimes he
kinda
falls off stuff.
Yeah, and some of them are better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are freaking hilarious.
And he seems to have a thing with Bradley Cooper, which...
Yeah, they were in The Hangover together.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that they became fast friends.
Yeah.
Or fierce enemies. A little bit of both, I guess. So then the movie is basically a mockumentary of him having that show and trying to make it into a actual night show.
Yeah, he wanted to be like Conan or
Jimmy Fallon or something.
yeah, but he starts at this public access.
Which is what
place.
Between Two Ferns is.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of the show.
Yeah.
And I admit I don't know how else he would have made that into a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good way to do it.
Give me your how many pandas?
3
You give it 3 pandas, eh?
out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 pandas.
What I found here, the best part about Between Two Ferns are the interviews with the movie stars.
Right.
Trying to figure out like who's next, how are they going to make fun of each other.
Yeah.
I do like when movie stars make fun of themselves or make themselves look like assholes when they're not.
Right.
I loved when Keanu Reeves was there.
Oh, man.
Because everyone loves Keanu Reeves and he just seemed like a nice guy, but also he got torn to pieces because basically we don't want to give anything away, but it was quite good. But when the best part of a movie is really few and far between and you're kind of waiting for just the next part, it lacks a lot in the middle. I found it quite you knew what was going to happen. What's the word? My brain. I've got migraine hangover this afternoon.
Predictable.
I found it really predictable.
Oh, sure.
Like it was really predictable. And the scenes with Will Ferrell in it,
Oh, I was going to talk about that. Agreed.
were awful.
Yeah. Yeah,
They were garbage.
Yeah, that was just so try hard. So
Yeah.
I would give it, I mean, if I gave it 3 drop bears, I think that's
even 2.5.
I think that's, I was going to say that's 1 drop bear too many, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was fine. Like it
was fine.
It was fine. It was not monumental. It wasn't clever.
No.
The parts with Will Ferrell I found jarring and sort of took me out of the whole kind of fun of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just seemed like it didn't fit.
Yeah.
And I know that Funny or Die is Will Ferrell's thing, so it makes sense that he would be in there. But I don't know. Just to me, it just I wasn't a fan. I mean, it was fine. That's all. That's the best I can. That's the best review I can give it. Is 2 out of 5 drop bears, and it was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would not watch again.
No.
Right.
No. I enjoyed the parts where they had the stars on.
Sure.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Because there weren't very many of those.
Yeah.
And those parts were always well done because you know that they're scripted, but to make a scripted thing look so unscripted,
Yeah.
I think is really hard to do.
Oh, for
Which is
sure.
why Between Two Ferns is really, really good.
Yeah.
Because for a scripted piece to make me feel so uncomfortable
Oh yeah.
is really well done. And that's why those parts I thought were really good.
Yeah. My favorite.
But-
I'll tell you, my favorite part of this whole movie
Mm-hmm.
was the outtakes at the end, where you got to sort of see behind the scenes and be like, you know, they really did work for it. They worked
Yeah.
for that delivery. So that was my favorite part.
And very honest.
Yeah.
Like some of the insults
yeah.
were bang on. Like you knew that you were like, oh, I can't believe he. Oh, but then
You
that
actually
goes
said
with the regular show too. Like
Yeah.
I think in our last podcast we had mentioned Between Two Ferns and we put on a little snippet of his interview with Brad Pitt and
Yeah.
it was
good.
it was really good. But kudos for Brad Pitt for having
Oh yeah.
the sense of humor to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So
I like that. That's
yeah, it
good
was
stuff.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know why anyone would want to watch it again, but tastes are different.
Yep, it's true. Speaking of last episode, we made a mistake, and by we I mean you.
Yeah.
You were wrong about the Rideau Canal
I know, and I don't know why I said it. We
because we were just there.
were just there, and I even had my phone in front of me with the information on it.
It did not start in the 1700s.
No, it was the 1800s.
Yeah, and some astute listener,
My father
corrected you.
sent me an email. So because he sent me an email and corrected me on my faux pas, my pawpaw
Yes,
got sent some socks from the Friday Sock Company.
that's right.
And he sent me an email yesterday saying that he received them, and
very
now
nice.
he's with the hip kids.
Oh, very nice.
So thank you, Father, for letting me know. And you got some socks, and he loves them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So now we're going to give you a word from our sponsor.
Well, you can put whatever you like right into your Friday socks. Like a foot or a cobra or 2 cobras or all of your money. Well, the socks are ethically made, designed here in Canada. They're the favorite socks of Dropbear and Panda Honey. Well, the socks were all matched and then they went out a-gambling. And they got in a fight and all of them socks ended up swiped. So if you like socks that are mismatched and comfy as unicorn clouds, then go out and get some Friday socks for Cobra Storage Honey.
Neither Dropbear and Panda nor their limited liability sponsor, the Friday Sock Company, recommend capturing or storing a cobra inside a pair of Friday socks. Cobras are wild animals and an important part of the ecosystem. Only a trained cobra handler should capture a cobra. If you are a cobra or are taking cobra reduction medication, please see your family physician before attacking an airplane full of Winnipeggers.
We just got to save the world, and then we're out of here.
And how do we save the world?
It's time
For Dropbear and Panda to save the world.
I think that we should do something awesome.
Like what, sir?
Like the I Love project on Kickstarter.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's like you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah. And it's being put together by this guy named Benjamin Laird.
Yeah.
And he's kick-ass.
It's a collection of graphics designed to remind Canadians about all the amazing groups, people, industries, and places that we have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because there was like some shirts like I Love Alberta Oil and Gas or something like that. And
yeah, so on the Kickstarter, he had mentioned that he's done a lot of photography for oil and gas stuff.
Yeah.
And he understands that they're in a bit of a predicament with the way the economy is and with the way the oil is tanking and and he gets it, but he's also doesn't want to take away from their plight. So on his Kickstarter, he said he came up with the idea after seeing several vehicles in town wrapped with the prolific I Love Canadian Oil and Gas logo.
Yeah.
They're reaching out for help and acknowledgement for their contributions, and they're frustrated with the challenges they're facing.
Sure.
Which right now in this day and age is a lot.
Yep.
Now, he has no intention of belittling or minimizing the message presented by the oil patch, but he thought that it would be a great idea to build on what they're doing because everybody knows that icon.
Yeah.
So he's made an I Love Canadian
film. I love
filming, TV, arts and culture, LGBTQ2S plus people, wind and solar, indigenous peoples.
Yeah. That's really cool. So
Alberta craft breweries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to put a link to that Kickstarter where you can jump in and show your support there as well.
Yeah.
Dropbear and Panda will be dropping some dollars.
Dollars,
on
yo.
Ben Laird.
Yeah.
And his I Love project because we love that.
Yeah, $10 or more, you get a sticker of your choice.
What?
25 or more, 3 stickers.
Oh my gosh.
You can get T-shirts, hoodies, custom design of a thing that you love.
I wonder if he's
it's 500 or more.
I was gonna say that. How do we get a I Love Dropbear and Panda?
500 or more.
Whoa, it's amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Let me think about that one. Anyways,
We'll put our pennies together.
if you guys, our listeners, have any sort of ideas for saving the world, let us know.
Yeah.
And we can discuss it on our podcast.
Right.
And maybe...
Get you into 55 countries around the world.
Yep. 55.
Yeah.
We're one podcast more than that.
I know. What?
This is episode 56.
I know. So hopefully we get into one more country this episode to keep up.
What country would you like it to be?
Niger. Okay, Google, where is Niger?
Niger is 10,542 kilometers away.
It's in Africa. It's on the continent of Africa.
I know. I was just trying to do a thing, but...
Yeah. Yeah, because maybe one thing that we can talk about next time is there's some stuff happening around polio and water treatment and stuff like that. And that would be cool to talk about next time. Yeah, leave that as a cliffhanger. There's people saving the world. It's Bill and Melinda Gates. And they've got a polio thing. Why do you keep looking at me then?
He just throws things at me and I'm like, I've been Panda.
I've been Dropbear.
Okay, Google, thank you for being you.
And thank you for being understanding.
I'm not. Sometimes I want to throw her out the window.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to our sponsor, the Friday Sock Company.
This podcast was recorded at the Dropbear and Panda Kensington studio.
Special thanks to Emery Cords for the kick-ass theme music.
Don't forget to subscribe.
It's Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you, Panda, coming at you like a like the doggies, yeah, you be checking on the flow, yo. Checking flow, she was quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles, you get tangled, twisted side effects, child should be, can't compete with the owls that devour, yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah, yeah, the Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now, Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now, Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now, it's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper, Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now, it's like a locomotive filled with autonomous chopper, Dropbear and Panda.